It's your boy, Trading with Trav, and you are now tuned into a new episode of To The Moon, or should I say you are tuned into the behind the scenes of the newest episode of To The Moon. So on today, we wanted to just kind of bring you guys again into the conversation, give you a snippet of the content that you'll be getting very shortly. On today's episode, we talked about the first steps in taking that first step, whether that's investing into the stock market, real estate, Forex, or banking. So again, I have some very cool people with me, and I would just want to introduce them before we get into the conversation. To my right, we have the beautiful Miss Brittany. Any question, any statement you got about real estate, she'd love to help you out. To her right, we have Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve is AKA the real ghost. I'm playing. Steve is our banker today. Got an abundance of banking experience, banking knowledge, so definitely inquire of him of just any banking information or questions you would have. And then finally, last but certainly not least, we got Mr. B Far, who is our Forex. Forex extraordinaire. He got all the right, silent it to the point. So anything Forex related, he'd love to help you out. So we're just gonna get into a quick conversation. And if you got questions, comments, feedback, definitely drop it in the comment section. We'll love to interact and answer some questions. So again, gang. So we were talking about taking those first steps. I know we discussed a lot of different tips and pointers. Individually, what would you say maybe was the one thing that stood out to you, I guess, throughout the episode, or what stood out maybe to you?
Well, I think that what stood out to me was the information about the Forex, because as you guys know, I'm very interested in it, something I wasn't familiar with. My brother Brandon's gonna give me all the tea later. We already talked about this. But I think one thing that we were talking about when we were off camera, and we said that we wanted to do it when we went live, is that we wanted you to explain to people how they can get into it.
Yeah. So to get started today, right now, as soon as this live is over with, you can get started. All you need to do is go to tradingview.com. That's where you're going to view your different currency pairs or even different stock market or different stocks. Right. And you're going to start to just look at the markets and see how they move. Yeah. And then YouTube is going to be your best resource.
YouTube University.
The information's out there.
It's there. Yeah. Like, this is the information age. Go get the information. It's there at your fingertips. And just get familiar with the terminology, with just how the markets move. That's how you're going to want to start. And it's going to be a slow process. And it is a process, but you can't skip it. You can't skip anything. Otherwise, you would not get the results that you want. And you would just be giving money to the market.
And I think that was one of the things that we really touched on earlier, was just kind of understanding that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, whether that's the stock market, Forex, real estate. It's a journey, you know what I mean? It's a process. You got to, kind of more or less fall in love with just the process and taking it step by step, inch by inch. So thank you for that, B. So Brittany, the other B on the team today, with the real estate, and there's just a lot of things that we hear, first time home ownership this, or first time buyer that. So if you could maybe kind of walk us through maybe some of the, and without giving away, the show, you know what I mean? but if you could give us, maybe one or two gems about, just getting started.
Well, and I've definitely dropped a lot on the episode, so please make sure that you guys subscribe. One of the most important things is just being mentally prepared. I always explain to my clients that going through this process is similar to having a baby, right? So you start out with conception. We start, looking at houses, we decide. Then once our offer is accepted, you're pregnant, it's just finding out. And then it picks up from there until the closing is the delivery. But just like a pregnancy, and for our women that are watching, it is a roller coaster. It's up and down, it's an emotional thing, and you really have to be mentally prepared for that. You also need to be financially prepared. And that's why it's a good thing to be really watching our channel, subscribing to us, looking at what we're dropping, these gems that we're putting out here, because there's a lot of different ways that even if you're not getting ready to buy a house, let's say this year, or, you know, even in the next 2 or 3 years, you can still start saving and start doing these little things, whether it's getting into the Forex or getting into stocks. Simply just having the bank account, because he talked about that being the first step for you guys that don't have a bank account. It's very important that you have those things, you know, just really being in tune with what you will need when it does become time for you to make that purchase of your dream home. You know, the better prepared you are, the easier it's going to be when you jump into it.
Definitely. And you kind of created a nice little segue to Steve.
Absolutely.
Steve definitely dropped some good gems just about banking and just understanding the relationships of banking. So again, without giving away too much of the, you know, what's in the bag, if you could share just some of the things that maybe go over our head a little bit, just understanding the importance of having that relationship, having that paper trail.
Just understanding that in order to get into Forex and in order to get into real estate, it all starts with having a foundation, right? And that's what it's all about. The foundation that a lot of people in the community don't have is just a simple basic checking account, or know how to function within that checking account to their advantage, so that they can, like she said, be ready for these opportunities when they come up. Because there's nothing worse than not being able to have the paperwork, and we talked about that in the episode. You got to have a paper trail in order to get into some of these other areas of business.
No, and that's very, very key. A lot of times, you know, we kind of get all of these different things that maybe are communicated that kind of tries to steer you away from banks or just traditional banking, which is why I really appreciate you, you know, coming on and giving us the information so that people understand that banks still actually can be a benefit. You know what I mean? They can actually, you know, help you on your journey.
One thing I don't even know if I said in the episode is that the bank is required to invest in the communities in which they serve. So
no, you didn't. You didn't talk about that. Can you, like, you know,
elaborate
on that?
So if you don't know, banks make money based off of lending, and fees is a small piece, right? But it's not huge, and people think that the bank wants to nickel and dime you on the fees, but really they want you to build your credit, build your financial awareness, so that you can qualify for a loan, because that's how banks make their loans. And each bank, depending on where they is required to, it's called the Community Reinvestment Act. So the bank is required to provide a certain amount of lending, business lending, home lending, all kinds of different things to the communities in which they serve. So your local neighborhood bank is looking for you to come to them to have the discussions, to talk about, you know, hey, I have a dream to own a business, I have a dream to, you know, have this house. And even if you're not there yet, you know, building that relationship is what you were talking about with that banker is going to be key, so that, you know, they can call you, hey, Mr. Trav, you know, I think it's time to come back in and review your accounts and review your credit, review, you know, your application, and see if we can get you into that, you know, multi-unit property that you're looking to do.
And I think we kind of did touch on that, but just the importance of the relationship and understanding that it is a relationship. Whichever area you choose to go into, whether that's Forex, whether that's real estate, or on the stock market side, understand that it's a relationship that you're building with your finances, right? And some days you're going to have the greatest relationship in the world, and other days it may be a little tough, right? But you have to remember that it's a journey, and that we're building over time, right? So for me, I guess I'll say my greatest takeaway is probably just going to be just the action, right? Just taking action into various options. I think we touched on the fact that the information is out there, you know, whether it's YouTube University or Google Academy, right? It's out there if you're hungry for it, you know, or the show, right? Keep us in mind, because, you know, we definitely want to be an additional tool in your tool belt as you go through, you know, your financial journey. So that I would definitely say that was my kind of big takeaway from it. With the show and the content that we're going to be putting out, right? I guess I want to get your ideas on what other things can we do, right, to become even more interactive, like, and getting maybe the information out there, like even better, I guess you could say, than what we're doing.
Maybe just kind of polling the audience and seeing what are the questions that people have. Because we can all sit up here and talk all day about the things that we know about, but we may be talking over people's heads. They may not even be on that level yet. They may have just simple questions that we are just overlooking. So maybe just touching more with the fan base on things they want to know. Kind of like questioning, answer, open forum.
For sure. Which is something, again, that if you do have questions, if you do have comments, feedback, you can definitely drop those questions in the comment section right now, or you can post them to the wall. So definitely that's a good point, and that's definitely something that we'll try to incorporate more interaction so that we can, because the whole idea of this show is that we want to be an information source, right? We want to be something where you don't have to go through so many hoops and hoops and holes to try to get access to information, to get access to good quality information. And we're here to serve more than anything. So definitely, that's a great point. Definitely remember to follow the page, follow To The Moon. That's To The Moon, 2 exclamation points on Facebook, and then To The Moon Investments on Instagram. But definitely, please feel free to leave questions and comments. So good tip, B. Steve, you got.
My suggestion is continue to peel back the layers of the onion, right? When you watch the show, you will hear more about Forex and what you may have heard and what people have been in your inbox about and some different things. You'll learn more about like what I just talked about, in banking, like what's required, what you need in order to use banking to get into real estate. So we got to continue to have those conversations, put that information out there. People gonna gravitate towards it. I like the comments and questions. I think that as long as we're gonna be responsive to that stuff, right? So even if you comment after you watch this video, after it's actually live, put something in there. We're here. We're here to serve.
Right. I like that. There ain't nothing to say. I agree. Just say that. B, if you want to close us out.
Yeah, I think that one thing that's very different about us, I'm sure that I'm a person, I don't know how many of you guys, I'm listening to TED Talk. That might make me seem a little bit lame, right? I do listen to TED Talk. I read a lot of different things. One thing about us is we're very relatable. In sitting here with these gentlemen, and every time I come in here, it's just like being at home, being with family. You can be comfortable, talk about whatever. So feel free, like you said, to ask any questions. I feel like our community needs something like this so that you can ask questions and not feel like, well, was that a dumb question? Or, what do I really need? Sometimes it's so hard to get information from people, whether or not they want to give it to you or not. This is something that's being given to you guys, just free of our time, just because we want to educate. And I think that's just an awesome thing. It's a really awesome thing.
And I'm truly thankful, one, for everybody that's a part of the community. I didn't make an announcement, but we went over 750 people recently. So just a major thank you to you guys and the questions and the feedback, and then also to you guys for taking the time out of your days. One of the things that I wanted to kind of try to create was just an environment for us to be able to collaborate and to be able to, push this narrative of financial literacy as a whole, as a community, just because, in certain places it's maybe not as common to see people coming together. So, I feel that we could serve a dual purpose with the group and with the content and, just what we're getting out there. Also, keep in mind, I just want to give a major shout out to our production manager or production or producer, exactly whatever he is. He's
everything. He's a producer, DJ. He's production. He keeps us in line. DJLEE Productions. So again, I just wanted to give him a shout out that if you guys need any content for recording, photos, DJing, definitely be sure to reach out to my guy, to my brother, and he'll be happy to help you out. So we're about to close out. If there's not any questions, was there any last comments or any last promotional things that you guys wanted to just let the people know that you guys are doing or got coming soon?
Nothing promotional. not be afraid to just get started.
Yeah,
You're
right.
gonna make mistakes in the beginning, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a part of the journey. So just get started, no matter how much money, how little money, what you know, what you don't know. You got to start somewhere. So don't be afraid to take that first step and actually start making some changes that can lead to that generational wealth that we all talk about.
Right, right, absolutely.
And that's with anything. You know what I mean? That's with anything. You want to start a business, you know, don't overthink it. Don't, you know, just get started. Take that first step. And banking, that first step is just to go into your bank. Go talk to the professionals, right? Go talk to the professionals. Don't listen to it, you know, don't listen to what your cousin said or what your buddy said. Like, no, go in, learn, you know, get the information yourself and then make the decisions for yourself. I'm going to say that, you know, this is a great experience for me, right? And none of us are saying that we are experts in everything, right? But, you know, it's a good opportunity to network. You know, this To The Moon community is an opportunity for you to network. I know that I'm going to use my brothers and sisters here for information if I have questions, so I hope that you all do the same thing.
Absolutely.
For sure. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to jump in, but yeah, Brandon gonna like school us all in Forex. So like we all learning together. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So B, I ain't want to cut you off.
Well, you know, I'm the one with the promotional. Yes, absolutely. If you're looking for a realtor, please reach out to me. I would love to help you sell your home or find your dream home. You can follow me at Brittany Blackman Real Estate on Facebook. Brittany Blackman also is my regular page. B for Beautiful on Instagram. My phone number's everywhere. If you're looking for a realtor, I am your go-to. I'm here to get us clear to close. So yes, absolutely reach out. And I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we got a whole team of people that are ready and willing to help in any way that we can. So we definitely wanted to, just kind of share that. For me, I just piggybacking off with everything that you've heard. Take that action, take that first step. You never know what's on the other side of that fear. So definitely explore that, and you're not alone. You got a whole team of brothers and sisters that's going to be here to help you out on your journey. So definitely keep that in mind. So again, if there nothing from Lee, so we're closing out. So always just remember to be safe, be smart, be dangerous. Thank you for watching To The Moon.